We get pretty cool jerseys,
For the audio listeners, he's throwing on what is his third jersey of the evening.
This is a good bit.
Jeremy's putting on the fourth jersey of the evening.
I'll give you a break before I put the next one.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Inside Quotes, the show where my brother and I rewatch, review, and relive the staples of our childhood. This is episode 138. I am your host, Jeremy, and with me today is my older brother, Jonathan. Jonathan, welcome back to the show.
Quack, quack, everybody. It's great to be back on Inside Quotes. Sorry I'm late. I just got back from the airport. Long story, my flight was delayed. We were out on the runway. We hit a moose, so we kind of had to stop. And the moose is okay. I saw it. It ran off into the bushes. The moose is fine, okay?
Okay.
And so am I. And I'm back here on the show. And
was the moose late for a flight or something?
I don't know. We were coming back from Canada, and it just got in the way. But we're back here. We're talking Miracle, a classic Disney movie of our childhood. Yeah. Back when they were in the, the sports based on a true story era of Disney films.
There's not a lot of those these days.
And they were pumping them out when we were kids, and they were all so good. And this is one of the best, I would say, not to tip my hand too early on, but...
Yeah. I got to get new batteries for that.
The sign is just going off.
We'll leave it on and off the whole time. Y'all can read that. It says, again. Mm-hmm. It's like probably the best quote from this movie.
Yeah.
And he said it lots of times. Yeah, going back to that moose, Jonathan, do you think, completely related and unrelated note, do you think that moose actually walked off, or was he just trying to console?
Oh, he was lying. That moose is dead.
That moose is gone. I mean, they are the largest, scariest looking. They're very strong animals, but against a plane, I don't know. Or was it a bus?
I mean, he didn't see any of it. He was in the plane, unless he was flying it. Is that the plot twist?
Well, they have flying moose in Canada.
Okay,
that's what I heard recently.
Those are reindeer, Jeremy.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to write that down for later.
I thought this was a Christmas episode.
No, it's a hockey episode, and it is February of 2026, which means the Winter Olympics is on.
That's right.
In Milan and other places / Italy places. And that's been really cool, but we're talking about the 1980 Lake Placid Olympics, the Miracle on Ice. But first, Jonathan, how are you doing? How's life?
Life is good, As of this recording, Kelsey and I got back our engagement photos, and
nice.
I'll give you just like a little sneak peek,
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Already
that's
the lock screen.
That's all you got. I was trying to pull like a Lenny from that thing you do, just like gotta be quick, go fish.
Gotta be quick.
Gotta be quick with me.
We turn everything into a movie quote here, listeners.
Yeah, that's true.
So just get used to that, but don't click off.
They turned out great. They turned out great, and we're excited to get married.
Everybody in the chat, not in the chat, in the comments, say, "Aw."
Chat, say, "Aw."
Aw. No, Jonathan, we, in the podcast, the other half of the podcast is very excited for your wedding.
Sorry, I'm in the chat right now typing, It's only me in here. Yeah, there we go.
Did you see, side note, did you see that stream, the stream clip of the Rizzler, where he was like, slow it down, chat. Okay, make the chat go as fast as possible. Just spam it. And he had full control over his audience. It was very scary.
He's the Rizzler.
He was like, all right, medium speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12. Very scary. Very scary. But anyways, yeah, we are excited for the wedding. And I figured I'd show off this wonderful present you gave me since I'm your best man. I don't know. Have I worn this already?
I don't think so on the show.
This is I'm showing the listeners because you know what this is because you gave it to me. But
yes.
This is a hockey jersey, but it's Brother Bear themed. And it has Kenai in the year it came out, 2003. And it is one of the greatest hockey jerseys I've ever owned. Partially because it's one of the best Disney movies ever made. / just my favorite. Some people hate. They don't even hate that movie, but they definitely forget about it.
Mm.
So I figured I'm gonna put this on while we talk hockey.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy's gonna be my best man, so I wanted to get him a best man gift, and I've never, sometimes shopping is hard, right? It's like I don't know what to get. Some people are harder to shop for, but when I saw that, I just knew like this is the ultimate crossover for Jeremy's interests colliding, Brother Bear and hockey, and I was just like, I got to get that. So
yeah.
And then the day I gave it to Jeremy, like he just put it on and just like immediately wore it all day. Like I felt like he was never going to take it off.
We wore it. He gave it to me when we drove down for Christmas, and I just wore it in the car the whole day. I was very excited to have it. I didn't think that something like this could exist. It's so niche. Like there's not even hockey in the movie at all.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It's great. I love it. Go Brother Bears. Go Bears. Shout out to Aaron Blaise for making the best movie ever. But how about the second best movie ever? Miracle.
Bold claim. I know you don't mean it.
I don't. But maybe.
But it is a great one.
I would say top 3 sports movies.
Easily.
Okay. Cool.
For me, I feel like it's number 2, but maybe we can go through maybe our top 3. I don't know. Is that good content to do? Like a top 10 or top 5 list?
Top 5 best sports movies. I don't know. But yeah, hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey's great.
Do you remember seeing this movie the first time though? I have a few memories about this. And the only thing I can remember is Dad talking about how accurate and historically accurate, and like him just getting all these nostalgia bombs. He's like, "Oh yeah, the gas was like that." Yeah.
And like the Cold War, the Soviets.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, okay, whatever. This is what I learned what the Coneheads were from SNL. Still haven't seen that movie, but you can learn a lot about this era of American history.
Late 70s, 1980, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not something you really expect from a sports movie, because it's got to be about sports. But like a lot of the best sports movies, it's much more than sports.
There's a greater context, that makes the story rise above other, pee-wee hockey teams and such.
You say rise above?
Rise above it.
Like the best sports movie of all time?
I don't know where to rank Cool Runnings. Sometimes I forget it's a sports movie because it's funny.
That's one of the few Winter Olympic sports movies. How about that? Top 10 at least.
I am feeling very Olympic today, too.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, this happened 46 years ago today. I don't know about today, but the Miracle on Ice was officially 46 years ago in 1980. And this movie came out in 2004, which was 24 years after it happened. And Jonathan, it has been 22 years since this movie came out.
Wow.
So we're almost as old as the actual event was when the movie came out. So we're as close to the 80s as we were in the 2000s. And I feel old.
Yeah. You're telling me. I went to the doctor today. I won't tell you about what, but
Save it for the members on the Patreon only.
Yeah.
Exclusive health updates on Jonathan.
Yeah, the discontinued Patreon page. Maybe I'll put it there. So 2004, this movie came out, and it was a pretty big year. We've talked about it in other episodes, but if you haven't listened to, I don't even know what episode it was, but 2004, we were in between houses. We had just sold our house, and we hadn't bought. We were kind of renting a place that a friend owned, and it was an exciting house. It was an exciting summer because the Tampa Bay Lightning were in the Stanley Cup that year.
Yeah.
They were in the playoffs. So I remember the movie had come out earlier in the year, and then like the DVD came out that summer. So I hadn't seen this one in theaters, but like, oh, it's a sports movie based on a true story. I got to see that. That was like, well, this is gonna be the next Remember the Titans, you know?
It's a hockey movie. You were getting into hockey.
I kind of was, yeah. There was a brief period. I mean, everyone in Tampa was just like excited for the Lightning to be good. And
I think I gotta go back real quick. Okay, I'm back. Well, I basically went to my room to go find my Lightning jersey because I figured I'd be relevant to the conversation.
are you
But
just
I
gonna
couldn't
like
find
double up on jerseys tonight?
I could wear all my jerseys that I own.
That should just be your bit. Just every 10 minutes, like you go grab another jersey and throw it on. You'll be pretty
this is
sweaty.
What I've got. This is my like, not real jersey, but it's like a sort of an alternate jersey style, retro looking thing. Go Lightning! It's the best hockey team in the NHL. They're gonna win the Stanley Cup this year. Mark
Is
my
that your
words.
prediction?
I'll put money on that. Staple bucks currency, million of them.
Okay.
So yeah, here's this one, and we can just move along with the conversation, I guess.
Okay. Well, it was an exciting summer.
It's gonna get really tight.
The Lightning were in
With all
the
these-
playoffs.
Not only were they in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
but they won.
They did. It went all the
Their
way to Game
first-
7, so it was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Like the back and forth. It was a tight.
It's actually pretty controversial,
Yeah,
but a win is a win. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it. So I just remember, like, you know, in the midst of those like weeks or so of like, you know, the Stanley Cup games, of like watching this movie also like interspersed in between. So it was just like a lot of hockey going on.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. It was this has definitely been like one of my favorite of like the sports drama movies. I always liked this one a lot.
Yeah.
I remember like you were talking about with Dad. I remember Dad talking about like, yeah, that was like, it was kind of accurate to some of those events. And so you can learn a lot. Like all those things that you mentioned, like I had written down. Also just like there was like that hostage situation, you know? Like that was that was part of just like the current events. It was always like in the background of the tensions of just trying to show why it was so important for us to get this win and for there to be like some hope in this country. And I mean, between that, there was like a Jimmy Carter speech. There was, the gas shortages, the Coneheads, and just learning about like the Cold War and kind of how things were.
Yeah.
Even the opening, I feel like the opening
Just
is a bunch
the opening.
of like news headlines or, you know, like anchor reports and stuff.
Learned what the Watergate scandal was, and the first time I ever heard the "I am not a crook" speech was from this opening. So a lot of American history to learn just from watching a sports movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I do remember that. And then I also remember I had not been introduced to Aerosmith's Dream On until that summer.
Dude.
And I was like, that's a pretty good song. I'm
Yep.
going to try and learn that on the guitar. And I didn't. I wasn't good at it, but I played it
So you learned how
sloppily
to
in my
wail it.
bedroom.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Maybe like one of the best like credit songs ever like picked for a movie. I feel like just such, it was just like
It was-
made for that movie.
It's
but
like
it wasn't.
perfect because it's really slow and not as epic because they're going through. They have time to like do all the epilogue slow mos of each player on the team. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I do love the epilogue at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Unless they all died at the end, then that's not very fun.
Yeah. What is that? We Are Marshall. They all died at the beginning. Oh, look at this I got on my desk. Audio
What is that?
listeners, I have a crochet hockey puck in hockey
Oh.
stick. And I got it from a vendor at the hockey tournament that I played in last month, actually, in
Mhm.
preparation for this. It was just like the Olympic trials. Not a big deal. I didn't make the team, no.
They must have cut you at the last second, right? Like you were this close to being on the Olympic team.
There was only
right?
20 spots, and there was 26 of us that started. But
Man.
yeah, I couldn't make it, but it's okay. But yeah, I did a hockey tournament because I've started to play I played a little roller hockey in high school. Nothing like league or anything, but I in the past couple years I've taken on learning ice hockey, and I've played casually here and there at like pickup games and stuff.
You dabble.
But I dabble, and dare I say, I'm okay at this game. Like I can keep up with some of the worst, you know. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was my second year doing it. I did it last year. Sorry. Second year. So my first year, I was on Team Fast Freddy's.
Okay.
And we get pretty cool jerseys, you know.
For the audio listeners, he's throwing on what is his third jersey of the evening.
This is a good bit. It's a good bit. The Bowling Green BG Puck Fest. And mind you, I'm also wearing a Nashville Predators undershirt and a BG Puck Fest hoodie underneath all of this. So if I get heat stroke, let me know, because I will know. So yeah, we were with Fast Freddy's. This team last year went to the final, and our team got in a fight, actually. But it wasn't because of me.
Yeah? Did you your gloves on the ice? That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, but then I threw up on the ice. No, I didn't. No, the beef was squashed by the time I got out there. But this year, I was a team captain for the Magna team, Orange. And this year was cool because I scored 3 goals, 2 in one game, actually. So, and I'm sort of a beginner, so like I was very proud of myself for that.
That's pretty good. 3 goals.
Yeah. Oh man,
Jeremy's putting on
harder to put on.
the 4th jersey of the evening.
I'll give you a break before I put the next one on.
Okay.
How about that? We'll keep it orange for a while. Bright orange.
I think Jeremy
I'm looking
is
like
going
a goalie
to pass
now.
out.
I look like a goalie. Okay. All right.
Do you got a hockey mask around there somewhere?
In the closet, I do.
My goal is just to get Jeremy to dress up in as much stuff as possible
Full
by the end of
skates?
this episode. Put on your hockey pads.
That would take forever.
I got time.
Okay. Well, yeah, I scored 3 goals, but most importantly, I scored the first goal of our team in that tournament. It was a 3s tournament, so it wasn't like full on 5-man hockey, but it was cool because I didn't, of all people, didn't expect to score the first goal, and I did. And side story about this, not trying to make my goal extra special or anything, even though I am, but this tournament in Bowling Green, Kentucky, had a special guest visitor. Looking him up.
Definitely an
I
A-list
don't know
celebrity.
his last name. Okay, yeah. So this tournament had a special guest, and he was at the draft party the night before and everything. But he was like an older guy, and his name was Steve Carlson. And if you've heard of that name before, that's because he was in the movie Slapshot from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of the brothers, the Hanson brothers. I actually haven't seen that movie, but a lot of the hockey players were like, no way, this is cool. And he was a pretty nice guy. Turns out he played on the Los Angeles Kings for 1 year. He was an NHL player too, on the same rookie season as Wayne Gretzky. So
Wow.
he's played on a team with Wayne Gretzky. Not only was that, he was roommates with Wayne Gretzky.
Wow.
On the road. So when I got to talking to him after a while, he was like, hey, I saw that first goal you made. That was first shot of the game, and it went in. That's pretty great. And he gave me a fist bump. All I'm saying is that he's probably said the same thing to Wayne Gretzky. So that's something that me and Wayne have in common as
do have a
hockey
lot.
players.
Yeah.
So we've both gotten complimented from Steve Carlson from the movie Slapshot.
Yeah.
He may not have gotten complimented, and if that's the case, I am better than Wayne Gretzky. It's in a universe, possibly, probably not. But anyways, yeah.
Jeremy, I'm really proud of you. I think that's quite the accomplishment.
Thanks. Well, I'll regret to inform you that you ended up picking me up halfway through before the tournament ended because I really injured my back.
You did.
So
You did.
that was a niche quit, but
Mm-hmm.
next year I won't do that.
Maybe.
I kind of had a back injury before. It wasn't my skating.
You were
And-
injured from living off the land when the power was out during the ice apocalypse.
That was the week of the ice storm.
Yeah.
Our infamous 2026 ice storm in Tennessee and Kentucky. Actually, everywhere. And we
You know what? Also,
like
Jeremy,
5
fun
days.
fact: there's a lot of ice in this movie too.
There is.
Connections. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Anyways, yeah, that was we'd spent like 5 days without power, and it was cold. And the first thing I did once we got our power back was go play in an ice hockey tournament outdoors. It was like 11 degrees when we were putting our pads on. It was good hockey weather. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, you sure did.
For now, my arms are getting harder to move.
I can't put my arms down.
Okay, so Jonathan, before we officially start with this movie, there's one last thing to talk about.
Yes.
Have you been keeping up with the Olympics this year?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. Then you will know.
I'm aware
that-
of certain events that have transpired, but I did not watch said events.
Well, did you know? Sorry. Did you know that this was the first year that the Jamaican bobsled team made an appearance in a long time?
I thought I saw something about that.
It looked really cool. Very weird. But, you know, I don't think they got any medals, but that
They
would
were
be
just
awesome.
there.
Yeah. Did you send a chat? Okay. But other than the bobsledding, the U.S. women's hockey team won gold.
Mm-hmm.
And that was against Canada. And also, for the first time in 46 years, since this movie, no, not since this movie, since the events transpiring in this movie, that the U.S. men's hockey team won gold again. For the
That's
first
crazy.
time.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Yeah. You did,
I had heard
obviously.
that. And
It's in the news.
It's crazy though. Like, it wasn't it like to the day too, or just like around the same month or something like that. Like,
I mean, it was
like on the anniversary, basically. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess they just reuse that schedule every year, huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some differences. It's still a really cool. I mean, did you watch like the last little bit, like the overtime of it?
I didn't watch the game. No.
It was 1-1, and then they went into golden goal overtime, and Jack Hughes scored the last little bit, but it was like a Hail Mary shot. It was really cool.
Wow.
The difference is the Soviets were not playing this year,
Yeah.
but also neither was Russia.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would have looked like if they were.
Mhm.
But Canada's sort of been the reigning champion for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It is their sport. But also, since 1998, we've allowed NHL players or people that have gotten paid to play hockey
Mm-hmm.
to be on the U.S. men's national team.
Dream teams.
And yes, and you can't really dream anymore, according to Herb Brooks.
Yeah.
And this original 1980s team was all amateurs. So, I mean, it's definitely a harder win. Also, their sticks are like wood, and these are like composite sticks. But these guys are like really, really good.
Man, what I just need to digress here. One shot that's always stood out to me is the guy in the locker room before the last game with the blowtorch. Like, he's
Yeah.
like singeing like the edge of the hockey stick at the end. Just like
Do you know what he's doing?
No, what is that about?
He's heating it up so he can bend it.
Okay.
So he can have like a curve for a better shot.
Okay.
A lot of players have a different curve on their stick. They're not all standard.
Gotcha. Okay.
People are used to like their specific shots.
Mhm.
Mine's standard. I have not tried bending my stick for sure.
Mm.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Mm.
So yeah, the men's team has won 3 times. The 1960 Olympic Games, the 1980 Olympic Games, and the 2026 Olympic Games. And I thought that was crazy that we decided to do this before the Olympics started.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we just did it because the Olympics were here. But then, all of a sudden, I guess they just wanted to make Inside Quotes happy, you know? Full circle.
Yeah. Kelsey and I, like, actually watched this, like, while, like during the ice storm and stuff like that. Like, during those days where... So, it was just, like... I don't know, maybe we were just inspired because it's like a winter movie to watch it. And then I was like, oh, yeah, the Olympics are coming up, too. So I had kind of already watched this recently when we're like, oh, we should cover this. So it made sense.
We watched the opening ceremonies at Abby's parents' house, or the in-laws, as they call it. We did like a opening ceremonies party, and we also watched Cool Runnings afterwards.
Nice.
But we didn't watch Miracle until this week, and it was good. Are there any other Winter Olympic movies? Probably MXP. The snowboard movie.
So
Monkey.
There's, I mean, I don't think it's not a kids movie, but there's this movie like I, Tanya, and it's like about this like
figure
controversial like figure skater.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Olympics or not, but I assume it's got to be. Yeah.
There's not a lot of
Blades of Glory, maybe.
Movie.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's other Olympic movies, but not Winter Olympic movies, obviously. But yeah. All right. Well, there's some movie facts.
Eddie the Eagle. That's one.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, and actually was kind of wanting to watch it because the soundtrack came up on Spotify, and I was like, I kind of like the theme in this movie. There's a few others that I haven't really heard of. Anyway.
All right.
Miracle and Cool Runnings. Those are the big two for us.
That's all you really need. So, but we already covered Cool Runnings. So if you want to listen to that episode, just scroll back like a year or so. 2 years ago. I think we did that 2 years ago.
Maybe
2 seasons ago. Yeah.
Maybe even 4.
Anyways.
How old are we?
We're starting our 6th year.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, Jonathan, Miracle, 2004. We already went over the years. But it was directed by Gavin O'Connor, who is well known for...
Couldn't tell you.
That's right, The Accountant, and Accountant 2.
I should have known that.
Nothing else. I guess he made all his money from this movie and is happy with his career.
I hope so.
So, I hope so too. It had a budget of $28 million, and it had a total gross worldwide of $4.5 million. And it was like $19 million just on opening weekend. So, pretty good for a sports movie. And it's a Disney movie, technically, so so far so good. I guess if it came out this year, this would be a good movie to pick for our fantasy draft that we're going to start soon.
Yeah, would have been a hit. Not a bomb.
22. That is crazy. So long ago. I feel so old. Anyways, I feel like we've talked... Everybody, if you haven't seen this movie, you've probably heard about this event in history. I mean, none of us were alive for it, but we've learned about it. It's like one of the most iconic moments in sports history and in modern American history, I could say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a key point in the Cold War that people bring up.
This was the final battle, and then they just surrendered. That's what I learned, right? They just surrendered. The Soviets surrendered right after that.
Yeah, they said, good game, GG's, and said, we'll leave you alone. On to new countries to take over. Which is why they're not in the Olympics now.
The only thing I remember about like the making of this movie, as far as like the director and stuff, was that I remember watching behind the scenes and them talking about they made the decision to hire hockey players first and then like give them acting classes.
Yeah.
So because they wanted all the sports scenes, the hockey scenes to like look real. They didn't want to have to teach actors how to skate and how to play hockey.
That is much smarter than...
I remember that's the approach that they took. And I think it paid off. And I think that even like... I don't think the acting was like superb in this movie, but I felt like everyone like did good.
Yeah.
as far as you can, as far as like what you would expect from hockey players, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like it's easier to learn acting than it is to play hockey.
That's what
well.
their thoughts were,
Or even
you know,
skating.
at least. Yeah.
I mean, most of the sport is skating,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like actually Herb Brooks made that strategy real, like
Mhm.
more prevalent in modern day hockey.
Yeah.
More of a
What-
skating
what-
game.
What do you think of that? Because that's kind of like how the movie starts. Is he's meeting with the Olympics Commission, and he's talking about the difference between like his strategy versus like the dream teams. You know,
Dude,
we talked about.
the first 1,000 times I've seen this movie, besides the one that I just watched recently for this episode,
Mhm.
all these like administrative scenes where it's like the head coaches that
Yeah.
are talking, I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Like even in Cool Runnings, I was like, what are they doing in this dude's office? I'm call me back when they're on the ice.
Yeah.
And like I never really understood.
Ice. Sorry, I gotta stop
We keep-
quoting Cool Runnings in this episode.
We always
you know?
quote other movies in the movie we're supposed to quote.
Okay.
And yeah, so like a lot of this movie isn't really it's more focused on Herb Brooks and his weird new strategy and how he like is a different coach, but how he really, really needs to win. Because I don't know if you knew this, he was almost on the team. He got cut from the 1960 team.
Yeah.
And then they went and won gold. And
Yeah,
then
I
his
mean,
dad was like, guess they cut the right guy, huh? And he was like, all right, time to win. That locked him in.
You don't understand me. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know the story until I saw this movie, but I also liked that was a reveal later on in the movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of where some of this motivation was coming from. And it's just like such a heartbreaking scene when he has to call Ralph Cox into his office and cut him. And he's just like
Man.
the last spot.
He was the funny guy on the team.
I know. Thought he was just going to crack him up too much. That's why you got cut. You know, you would have been the funny guy. Too many jokes. I guess so he's talking about the difference between the dream teams and the but like what other option is there other than like, I mean, back in the day before they were getting NHL players to like join. I mean, like what was so different about his approach? He was just going to condition them and they were just going to work harder.
He was going to focus more on their skating than like their stick handling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he would like the other teams that could keep up with the Soviets could keep up for like 2 periods and then they'd just be straight gassed.
Yeah.
So conditioning them and keeping them like bumping up their stamina and their endurance really helped, I think. And it made them faster as well. But
I think it was just like team dynamics too, of just like personalities and like a team that's gonna work together and not be is gonna put the team first and not be the center of attention. That's the biggest thing I could see. But
and I think he chose a diverse group, like 2 rivalry colleges, as like the main groupings, like Boston University and Minnesota, to like create a conflict in between. Like they were saying at the gas station, like we got ourselves our own little hockey team Cold War, huh? You got the U.S. and the Russians.
Yeah. I hadn't
And he
really
wanted to
thought about that when I was a kid, of just like the parallels there. Yeah.
I mean, we were just used to the Mighty Ducks, like
That's
just
true.
watching
That's true.
the Icelandians. They're the worst. Those bad guys. We got to beat them. We got to beat them
The
in the
Soviets can't be
finals.
that bad. They weren't in Mighty Ducks 2.
Did you say Mighty Ducks 2? I said, did you say Mighty Ducks 2?
I certainly did.
That's really weird.
Oh man.
Because I happen to have a Mighty Ducks 2 jersey on right now.
You got the captain.
Process. Yeah, I got the Conway.
It's an Adam Banks.
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. Turn around.
it's
no,
Conway.
it's Conway.
It's Conway.
Conway. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is getting really hard to get on. I think I'm 5 jerseys deep.
Yep.
Yeah. There's more where that came from.
You really do look like a goalie now.
Thanks. Is it because of the goalie mask, the old style?
Mm-hmm.
That's something I could never do, man.
Wear the oh yeah, yeah,
Dude. I mean, nobody used to wear masks back then.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Even the goalies not back then, but like in the 50s.
yeah,
They also didn't have as much skill, and their sticks weren't as liftable.
mm.
Like it's hard. It was harder to get the puck in the air. Obviously, it happened because
Yeah.
there's the trope
of
people losing teeth.
Yeah. They also goalies didn't have like neck guards and stuff too.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I had a coworker at Busch Gardens who was like a big hockey fan, and we were just talking one time. He was telling me about that, and like there is a video of like someone that get like
Oh yeah.
there was like that
I've seen
freak
it.
accident of like someone's like
Jugular getting cut.
yeah, getting like sliced by
From
a
a skate
skate
blade.
by accident.
Yeah.
I think they survived. I think it was
Yeah.
but like they put those rules in place after that.
Not only did he survive, he got back on the ice.
That's
game.
crazy. Yeah.
I don't actually know if that's true.
Not only
That's
did
what
he
I've
survive,
heard, but it might have been.
it is me. I am that man.
Not only did he survive, but he actually died. All right. Well, I guess technically, Mighty Ducks 2 is a Winter Olympics movie, right? What's the juniors?
The Junior Goodwill
They
Hockey
were Team
Games.
US.
Yeah, but it's basically kids Olympics. Yeah.
Kids Olympics. I need to get a US jersey. I bet I could find that.
What player would you get? Whose jersey?
Michael
would you get?
Rosioni. Duke University. Jeremy Jones, Western Kentucky University. I don't know. Probably the. Who's your favorite character on this team?
Yeah,
Can't say Ralph Cox. He didn't make it.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
liked him. Okay, well, I don't know who I like would relate to the most necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but I did like what the goalie Jim Craig's storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Although it did kind of just like it was a little confusing, but I guess it's just like it's hard to get his mojo back. I guess
Yeah.
after tragedy, and then like I always felt like Jack O'Callahan was just too much of a hothead. He was just like angry all
Yeah.
the time. Mike Urizioni, is that how you say it? He was good.
Rosioni. Yeah, he was the captain.
He was the captain. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
Who you play for?
United States of America. Why did I say that like Joe Biden? What the heck? He's been. Yeah.
There's Rob McClanahan.
Yeah, Rob McClanahan. He was sort of like the setter-offer of the hothead.
Let's see.
The poker and prodder.
I mean,
There's
those are. I feel like those were the big ones. But
Ramsey.
are you a Burkota fan?
Verkota?
What was it?
Verkota.
I thought it was Burkota.
With a V.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I am.
You got a hot date for Coda, but you're not looking too hot for that right now.
Yeah.
That scene cracked me up. They're just like in the stands, and like apparently, yeah, I guess they're playing. Is it Sweden or Switzerland or something?
Finland?
Finland?
No.
Okay.
No, they
One
won.
of these.
They played Finland
It's a
in
European
the
country,
semifinals. Yeah.
and like that. I mean, all the guys on the bench are just like fawning over the girls in the stands. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you see the blonde?" It's like they've never seen a blonde woman before. Like she's gorgeous. I just thought that was funny. And then, yeah, they were distracted, and so Herb Brooks takes them out on the ice and makes them skate until they puke.
They didn't want to work on the ice. We'll make them work on it later. Yeah, that was
Iconic
crazy.
scene.
They called those Herbies.
Instead of burpees.
Yeah. Or suicides. It's because like they made you go further and forever.
Again.
I think I was watching the documentary that just came out. I don't know if you watched that on Netflix.
I didn't, but
Pretty good. But one of the guys was saying, I think McClanahan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. McClanahan during that, like laid down on the goal line, like during all the Herbies, like the suicides, and he was like, "That's it. I'm just gonna die right here, and my soul will be on Herb." That's on his conscience.
Yeah.
He killed me.
This is on you.
Yeah, this one's on you. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that was kind of a hard scene to watch because, like, even the assistant coach is like a softie. He's like the good cop.
Yeah.
and like the doctor's like, somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
And the Zambonis guy's he's got to do stuff. He's got to lock up the place.
Leave me the keys. I'll lock up.
That's crazy.
I wanted to talk about the assistant because I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
a heck of a hockey player, though.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. I guess the audience is kind of like we're like from his point of view sometimes, of like seeing how Herb is like treating the players, and like, you know, he's uncomfortable with it. He feels like he's pushing them too hard, and like, yeah, obviously wants them to succeed, but he doesn't want them to get injured and all that. I think just throughout the movie, he's kind of put in some of these like difficult situations. He wants him to kind of deal with it, but yeah, I don't know. I noticed, I don't know, his acting this go around, and I felt like he did a pretty good job. You just like, you feel that like that would be a hard thing for you to do as a like viewer, to like blow the whistle again.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think what he was doing was he was beating the Soviets at their own game, and on the other hand, that team was put through a lot more. Like, they had a choice to be a student or a soldier or this, and that was it. So like, they had a lot higher stakes than these college guys.
Yeah, that's true.
And they were like exports. They said the major exports were men's hockey team and vodka around that era.
Yeah.
So
I had another thought watching this movie. I'm trying to think where to go with this. So I mean, there was scenes that I was kind of equating, like, and not everyone is going to have seen this movie, but equating like Herb Brooks' character with J.K. Simmons' character from Whiplash.
Dude, yeah, okay.
Like, of how hard he has to push them to succeed. And it's like, did he go too far?
Yeah.
You know, maybe. Did they succeed? Yes. You know, like, it's
a little
like,
too ambiguous.
You sort of,
in that
but
movie,
I would say like it isn't that extreme, but I was kind of thinking of that comparison, and even just the movie in general. Like, I wouldn't say it maintained a consistent point of view, but you kind of like, I feel like you don't get inside of Brooks's head in this movie. Like, you're seeing everything from the player's point of view, or like from the assistant or the like Doc's point of view,
or his wife.
There's not many times where you're like getting inside of his head, his point of view, except for some of those, like some of the family drama stuff between the wife, which I kind of felt was some of the weaker moments of the movie.
I always hate it whenever like people, there's a scene, even in Whiplash, there's scenes where the main character chooses his ambition over his personal relationships.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hate that so much.
But then did he kind of have to? Yeah.
Maybe so.
I mean, it is one of those things. What are you willing to sacrifice?
He made amends before.
Yeah.
He made amends before.
Yeah. No, and this is more of a happier ending. Like, basically, Herb Brooks just learns how to like listen to his wife. Like, that's the 1970s male lesson that they learned here, you know?
Now, you wanted to talk about something. Now I'm here talking about it. Now you don't want to say anything. What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
But
you'll figure it out, honey.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll figure it out.
It's so funny. Yikes.
But yeah.
Yeah, there was a little crack in the end. Like, you don't really see much of his perspective on the ice when they're playing the games, but in the last bit of the game, when there's like a minute left and they're winning, you can see himself like enjoying himself in the game. Like, he was like smirking and like saying, "Hey, he don't know what to do." He said that to the assistants, coaches.
There's a couple moments like
he was a little giddy.
It might not have even been the final game, but there was a fun moment in like the montage at some point as they're winning and gaining momentum, of just like when the team starts to click, and then like they pull off a play that he didn't even tell them to. You know, like, I didn't even see it. You know.
Yeah.
He just like, they're doing what they're seeing out, they're making opportunities and they're succeeding. So, yeah. I would say you kind of do start to see his point of view. Like there's a scene before the final game when he's talking with his wife at the ice rink, before they have a moment about, and it's kind of talking just about how the world or the country is viewing this game versus he's just like, I just want to play hockey, I just want it. Why can't it just be a game? But you do kind of get where he's coming from through the character, of Ralph Cox when you learn that, Brooks was, cut from the team from the 60 Olympics. And
yeah.
So you kind of see that motivation and stuff. But I thought that was interesting. I even felt like the music, like the actual score, really did a good job of highlighting like the heartbeat of the team, like in those moments. Like maybe that's just because what's on the screen, but you're seeing a lot of reaction shots of like how the team is responding and how they're working together. And like I felt like the soundtrack
like the tempo
was modeling that.
When they were on the ice was a little bit more wispy and like fast.
Yeah.
And when they were off, it was more like slow and dramatic.
So,
see, I know
good
something
stuff.
about music
Good
too.
stuff.
Not really. Really good. I love these like true stories, like almost history movies that have a good score. Because like it reminded me a lot of the Apollo 13 score. In some
good
ways.
Music in this, yeah. I felt like the section of music, just like the final game, that like last stretch, building up into that last goal. Well, not the last goal, but how they hold them, at the end, and it's just like the "Do you believe in miracles?" quote. Like the music through all of that, through like the wind, is like so good. Goosebumps.
Is it true that they actually took the clip from the actual broadcast to say the ending of that? Because it sounded a lot more like a real
That's what
thing.
I've heard. They had an actor do all the commentary for the movie, but supposedly the actor just felt like, I can't do it justice.
Yeah.
I don't know, or they just decided it would be better. Let's like actually use the actual clip.
It like
yeah.
meshed all the storylines and the movie like merged perfectly in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's all it was about. Like obviously whenever the word miracle is said for one of the first times.
Yeah.
That's when it really like sewn together and shone bright. But yeah, I think that was a great call.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled up the making of featurette on YouTube and from the DVD, and like there was a lot of attention to detail. I mean, it kind of did pull up some like side by side shots from the game to like what was filmed for the movie, and it was like very, I mean, not all completely like that, but just like there was certain things that just like really matched up. So
even the commercial breaks.
Yeah, Mean Joe.
Thanks, Mean Joe. That was cool.
Yeah. So, good stuff. I had one other movie connection. I felt like when they try and like when Brooks brings in the Timmy guy to kind of like throw off the vibe of the team, as like a suspect, it's like, oh, let's bring him in. Maybe we'll keep him. He's a good player, I was just getting Wolfman vibes from that thing we do. It's like, can he handle our tune? No. Well, okay.
We got to cover that movie.
We do.
That's a good movie. Also a true story.
One-hit wonders.
Okay. Well, what else should we talk about?
Do you think... I mean, I guess this is the true story. I don't know all the differences between like what really happened in this movie. I didn't watch the documentary, but I did think it was interesting how Brooks decides to keep Jack O'Callahan on even though he gets injured. And he has to like sit out a lot of important games and like hope that he's better so he can play in the final game, I feel like
talking about Jack O'Callahan, say like the year 2023. Just say it.
2023.
Come on, OC, that was like 3 years ago. That was like 3 years ago. All right, sorry. Continue your thought. I just had to say that.
You're still on about that? The 76 games?
6 games? Come on, OC, that was like 3 years ago.
Let me ask you something, Coxie. Why'd you want to play college hockey? I don't have a Boston accent, so
Oh,
isn't it obvious
Isn't it
for the
obvious?
girls?
Yeah.
I'm serious. Why'd you want to play college hockey?
I'm serious. Why does he sound weird?
I wanted to win a national
Bostonians.
championship, and that bum over there steals the ring off my finger.
Finger? Forget about it. No, the Ralph Cox quote that I remember was when they were introducing themselves on the ice, and he was like, I'm Ralph Cox. I'm from whoever's not going to get me hit.
Yeah, that was good.
Maybe that's the quote that got him booted. That is such a heartbreak, honestly, because they spend so much of the movie, like, having you, like, fall in love with this guy. And it's such a heartbreak. And you don't realize that it is a heartbreak for the coach until later. But it is, because he was in that guy's shoes once. Imagine. Come on, OC, that was like 3 years ago.
Going back to like Jim Craig and his storyline, how like Herb Brooks had them all like take those like personality psychology tests or whatnot, and he doesn't take the test, and so he like
You want me to
confronts him
take your
about
test?
it.
I'll take your test.
Yeah, I'll take your test.
The Boston's people are so funny.
But he's like, no, I want to see that kid in the net who wouldn't take the test. And it kind of reminded me of like the behind the scenes of like, you know, with like Harry Potter 3 when Alfonso Cuarón like had like the main trio like write an essay about their character,
Yeah.
you know, to like prep for the role. And then like Rupert Grint was just like, I didn't do the essay because Ron wouldn't have done the essay. That's what that reminded me of.
He's like, perfect. You know this guy perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I hadn't watched this in a while, but I did feel like I felt like everyone just worked together as a team, and I felt like I remembered all of these actors and all these like characters. I like, oh, I forgot about all these, like knowing all these like, you know, random last names like,
yeah,
you know, O'Callahan, McClanahan. I used to get those two mixed up. What the name?
Yeah,
was
a lot
there.
of Hanahans, stuff like that.
But yeah, it was definitely.
And all these people that you don't recognize in any other movie. Like, they're not known actors to this day.
I did, yeah. A lot of them, this was all they did. They did some TV work,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, CSI appearances, stuff like that. I think Jim Craig, Eddie Cahill, probably has done the most out of some of these others. Apparently he had a role on Friends. I never watched Friends, but...
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I remember him.
He was in a movie this past year, Materialist.
Was he really?
He was in that. I don't know how big of a role, but...
I actually think I saw that movie.
A lot of TV stuff, though, for sure. But yeah, a lot of the other players, you know, they did stuff here and there, but they weren't actors before this movie, so, you know.
Yeah. So he was an actor before?
Well, I guess he... I mean, if he was on... I don't know what years he was on Friends.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe he had a little bit of acting experience, but also
But
was
just
able to
happened
skate,
to have played
you know?
hockey. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't have to skate. He was a goalie.
That's true. He was a goalie, you know. He just had to sit there.
That's the hardest
I
job
always...
of all.
When they're you know doing the drills, the again scene, I always did feel bad for like the goalies because they've got all those pads on. You see them like struggling to like make it back to the line.
Yeah. Do they have anybody from Seattle? Anybody on that team from Seattle?
I don't know.
I knew they didn't, but I just wanted an excuse to put on my Seattle Kraken jersey.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess that team wasn't even around back then, huh?
No, this is like the most recent team in the NHL. And the only reason I got this is because one of the Lightning players, Yanni Gourde, went over after he won the Stanley Cup with the Lightning. But now he's actually back on the Lightning, so I don't know what I have this jersey for. This is insanely hard to put this jersey on.
It's just for this podcast bit, yeah.
I know. It's so hard.
Is that number 6 now?
Yep. This whole time since I said the word Seattle, I've been struggling to put this on. I heard a rip. Oh, it was just a snap. Don't worry. Aren't you glad you're listening audio listeners? Could be missing out my jersey try-on. And I have another jersey, my Lightning jersey, somewhere, but I can't find it. I'm actually worried about that. Stamkos.
Well, Well, I feel like we're kind of wrapping up here pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I think
I would ask where, as far as like the based on a true story sports dramas, like where does this rank? Is this number one for you? Is this like, let me pull up.
Would you say this is the most accurate one? Because there's stuff like
I've never looked up the true story,
like-
so I don't know.
Remember the Titans that they added a lot to.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like the big ones are like.
Show me some lists. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me
Okay. Let me.
Let's name a couple before I make it. There's like Secretariat, the
I was hoping
bobsled
it would
team,
show.
Cool Runnings,
Okay.
A Knight's
Let's go to
Tale.
TrueStoryMovies.org. This is a
Oh.
website.
Okay.
Okay. Let's pull this up here. Here's a list here.
Baseball 42. Oh, let's just go down to hockey.
How many
Cool.
hockey movies are there?
There's only one on this list.
Okay.
This one. Well, I guess football's a big one. We got Rudy, The Blind Side. We are Marshall.
Yeah. Glory Road,
I remember Titans.
Invincible,
Dude, yeah, okay.
Hoosiers.
Glory
The Rookie.
Road. Moneyball, The Rookie. Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
There's The Boys in the Boat that just came out a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, that's an Olympics movie.
Yeah,
I liked that a lot.
that was a good one. I have the book for it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are
Right here.
this is a little bit wider range than I was thinking, because I was trying to think specifically of like the kids movies or like those Disney ones. I feel like it was like
Yeah,
The
I
Rookie,
guess.
Remember the Titans, Invincible, Miracle, Glory Road. I feel like those were like in the 2000s. They just kept coming one after the other.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say for me, like, it's hard to beat Remember the Titans. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's hard. But Miracle
might
has
be
always
partial
been like
because
right
I'm hockey.
behind. Yeah, that's true.
This is only 4 years after that movie.
Rudy's a good one though. I like Rudy.
That one's got a lot of heart. The Blind Side. Have you even seen The Blind Side?
I've never seen that one.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I
We Are
remember seeing
Marshall's
We Are
really
Marshall.
good.
Yeah, that was just yeah. So
The Leonard
actually
Skinner of football movies.
Disney did make like another kind of a sports drama. This Young Woman in the Sea
Yeah.
came out like a year or two ago. I didn't watch it, but it had Daisy Ridley in it. It was like a
Oh, like
a
the
swimmer
English Channel
story. Yeah.
lady? Okay.
So I guess they still do stuff like this from now, every now and then. But
McFarland USA. You ever see that one?
I
It's
have
the
not. I've actually
cross-country
heard.
team.
I've actually heard that's really good.
We
I've never
watched
seen
it.
it.
It was Abby showed it to me once. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's a good watch. It's a good watch.
When we watched Boys in the Boat, like I was expecting that to be so cheesy, and like
Yeah.
I just ate it up. Like I thought it was so good. It was just like so heartwarming. I don't know. I just loved that movie.
No, yeah, that's really great. Love a good historical true story also, because it's what it was in the 30s, Great Depression.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jonathan, we should probably wrap this up because
Yeah.
my breathing is getting
Getting a little sweaty.
obstacled.
Yeah, there was one quote that I liked at the beginning when Herb is with the Olympic Committee and he's talking about his plan and stuff like that, and they're talking about how difficult it'll be, and they basically just say it's like it's a lofty goal, Herb, and he's just like it is, it is, but like that's why I want to pursue it, and
That's why I want to pursue it.
I liked that response.
Yeah. Is that how it doesn't really sound like he's doing a Herb Brooks impression? Because the voice recordings that I've heard just sound like Herb Brooks, and this just sounds more like Kurt Russell. But it always sounded like he was trying to put on an accent.
He's definitely putting on like a Minnesota accent.
Yeah, Minnesota.
In this movie, I think he is trying to embody him.
Yeah.
More so
He
than
looks-
just like play himself. Like he's really trying to do the mannerisms and whatnot. I feel like
Yeah.
it was something that he really put effort into for this role.
Yeah, I agree.
And
It is very.
we haven't even really talked about Kurt Russell as an actor, but just like
Kurt Russell's a good actor. He was in Sky High.
Yeah. What else do you need? Miracle.
He was in Miracle. 2 movies that we've covered on Inside Quotes.
We haven't covered Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yet.
We have not. Maybe we will one day.
What? But I
Surely
believe
there's another
something.
one. He's been. Yeah.
We haven't covered the Gilligan's Island episode where he randomly gets stranded on the island as a child.
Jungle. I thought he was just a random jungle boy.
He like shows up on a surfboard randomly.
Good show.
Have you ever seen Tombstone? No. I'm not like a Western fan, but I enjoyed Tombstone.
Is that the I'll Be Your Huckleberry?
Yeah, that's the one. Val Kilmer.
Val
Kilmer, he like
looks a
steals
lot
the
like
show
him, honestly.
in that movie. He was in Poseidon. Yeah.
Classic.
So.
Hey, we should have a watch party where we watch Tombstone together and we eat Tombstone frozen pizza.
Oh man, what do you want on your tombstone? Okay,
Let her
we don't
rip.
need to quote like old 2000s commercials. So, Jeremy, what?
That flew past me. Go back. What? I don't remember that at all.
That was just like, I don't know. I remember that was like one of the commercials for Tombstone pizzas. There was like this kid that like,
Really?
it was like this teenager, like his parents went away and he like threw a giant party and then he gets caught with like a huge mess at the end by his parents. And basically they're like threatening him. They're like you're in so much trouble. What do you want on your tombstone? Like and then he just like starts spouting off just like, oh, well, in that case, I'll have pepperoni, some bell pepper. Like he just starts.
That's pretty good, actually.
I just remembered that, So.
Yeah, I don't think I've...
Well, what's your
They don't make 'em
letterbox
like they
score,
used to.
Jeremy?
Letterbox
Miracle.
score, solid 4.5.
4.5?
Yep.
That's what I gave it. Yeah. Yeah, 4.5.
Inside quote score, 4.5.
And
Averaged.
it was like just under a 5 for me. And I guess for me, some of like the family drama stuff like didn't work as well,
Yeah.
but everything else like I really liked.
What really took me off a little bit was just like this sports movie. Obviously, it's a true story, but like they're really bumping up the narrative that, oh, this is a new coach and he's doing things a little bit differently than you might expect, but they're going to win that way.
Yeah.
And it's like a hard-headed coach that like knows what he's doing and he won't take no for an answer. Remember the Titans did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All of the other coaches have done that. Rudy did that, but he was a player. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit like maybe it was one of the first movies to do that, but it just seems like a tiresome trope now.
Sure.
But anyways, still great. Still good.
Yeah.
Best hockey movie of all time?
Well, that's the question. I mean, are you going to put this above Mighty Ducks? That's hard.
Some
That's
of
hard.
them.
Over the first one?
Maybe even the second one. Maybe the third one.
It's hard. It's so hard to compare. I don't know.
I know,
I
they're
can't even
different.
make that call.
One's a true story and one's not. Mighty Ducks does this too with like the ambiguous coach that's making different decisions.
With D3? Or just with Bombay, too?
Well, Bombay also, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
in
kinda
D3
sad
he
that
was
we've done
kind
all
of
three of those movies.
We can do them again. It's fine.
Okay. And we can just watch them whenever we want to.
Yeah, it wasn't like the last time we ever have to watch them,
Yeah.
We just have
I
so
feel
many
like a
other
lot of-
movies on the shelf, though.
Ever since we started this podcast, we've always been pushing off watching movies because we're not ready to cover that one yet. And this
That's
movie
true.
definitely falls into that folder
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it feels good
Well-
to finally watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably watch it in another couple years when the Winter Olympics comes again.
Wait, Summer Olympics, right?
Yeah, why did I say 2 years? 4 years.
Yeah.
The 2030s. Ugh.
Well, Jeremy, I'm glad we
Alright.
finally did talk about it.
I mean, we're going to stay back here and do some Herbies.
I
till
mean,
the
I
lights
thought we
turn
worked
off.
pretty hard during this episode, especially you. You put on like 6 jerseys.
We got to keep doing it again and again and again.
I do love
And
that
again.
the players got him the coach a
Again.
whistle for his Christmas gift, and then Herb got a bullwhip.
Yes.
That was fun.
Classics. All right, well, it's been a pleasure. Until next time, I'm going to take off all of these jerseys. 7 jerseys. 6. I don't know. Yeah. How about you close us out, Jonathan?
Okay, well, our show art was done by Bryce Bridgman. You can follow him at Groovy Bridge on Instagram. And you can follow us on Instagram at Insidequotescast, where you can follow us. We post the show artwork there. If you had been following along last episode, we did our staple bracket polls where you could vote each round to see which one would move on to the next round for Stapliest Picture. So that's a good place to follow us over there. Follow us on YouTube. You can subscribe, comment down below. That's pretty much it. We'll see you next time on Inside Quotes.